Example 7, we're trying to write this expression as the sum or difference of two functions. And so what you should notice is that it's going from a product to a sum. And so we're going to do some of the product sum identities. And so you look at your product to sum identities and try to find the one that looks like this. I realize none of them have that 4 on the front, so that 4 is just going to kind of hang out in the front of your expression there. Cosine 75 times sine 75. So you have cosine times sine. Cosine times sine. So you look at one that says cosine A sine B equals 1/2 times the quantity sine A plus B minus sine A minus B. So we would be looking for that expression, and hopefully it's obvious that A is 75 and B is 25. And so I don't know that you need to write all this down, but if you know that A is 75 and B is 25, then you would recognize that you're just going to add those two numbers together and get 100. You're going to subtract those two numbers and get 50. And so what we're going to have is, of course, we have that 4 in the front, but then when we substitute in that expression, the other side of that identity is going to be 1/2 times the quantity sine of 100, because that's 75 plus 25, or A plus B, minus sine 50 degrees, because that's A minus B, or 75 minus 25. And so we can clean this up a little bit. 4 times 1/2 is 2. And I'm going to distribute. Generally, we don't want to leave the parentheses in there. We distribute the 2. We're going to have 2 sine 100 degrees minus 2 sine 50 degrees. That's it. We try to write that expression as a difference of two functions. This is in more identities. And example 8, we're doing sine 2 theta minus sine 4 theta. We're trying to write it as a product. And so you notice it's going from minus to a product. And so you should look for the sum to product identities. So find one that says sine minus sine. You see the one that says sine minus sine? Sine A minus sine B equals 2 cosine A plus B over 2 times sine A minus B over 2. It's all about pattern recognition. Can you find the right pattern or identity? And so when you're looking at this, again, I don't think you needed to write that down. You can do a lot of this in your head, but notice that A is 2 theta and B is 4 theta if we're looking at this pattern. And so A is 2 theta and B is 4 theta. On one hand, we're going to add those two things together and get 6 theta over 2. And over here, on the other hand, we're going to subtract those things. 2 theta minus 4 theta is negative 2 theta over 2. We can clean that up a bit. We have 2 cosine 3 theta times sine of negative theta. Now, it's a little bit weird. It's a little bit weird to have that negative in there, that negative angle. And so remember one of the negative angle identities, or the fact that sine is odd. Remember what that allows me to do with that negative. It allows me to pull that negative out. Okay? And so since sine negative theta is equal to negative sine theta, what I'm allowed to do is take this negative and just pull it away. And so what I would say is negative 2 cosine 3 theta times sine theta. And what we've done is we've just written a difference as a product. So we would sum the product.